everybody, Skylar here, and today I wanted to talk to you about Elon Musk, talking about Bitcoin. He actually called it a quite brilliant structure and mentioned that it's much better than paper money, and mentioned a few other things. I actually recorded the conversation from their site, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to even put it up, but I'm going to put it up at the end of this so you can listen to it, and if they tell me to take down the video, I'll take down the video. I'm not even doing ads or anything, so whatever. That being said, I do want to be compliant, but yeah. So essentially, he was on a podcast with advisory services firm ARK Invests, and they were talking about most of the podcast they were talking about Tesla and what they're doing this year when it comes to the autonomous vehicles being completed by the end of this year and all that stuff. But at the end, they dived into Bitcoin and he kind of laughed at the idea that they wanted to talk about Bitcoin, but he said that he's not involved in crypto, he doesn't do anything with that, and his company doesn't have any interest because his company's interest is, energy savings and getting rid of, getting more fuel efficient vehicles and, all that sort of stuff. And then he mentioned that Bitcoin is really, it uses a ton of energy. And so he's like, that's just not what we're about and everything. And, even though he seems like he doesn't really pay attention to it, I'm sure he knows about Lightning Network, because him and Jack, he also made a joke, because everyone was talking, all the ETH scams and Bitcoin scams over the past couple of years. He made a joke about, hey, does anyone want to buy any Bitcoin? And Twitter suspended his account, and him and Jack exchanged some words, and so I know he knows about the stuff. I just he just doesn't have any interest to incorporate it in his company. Now, he did end up mentioning that the host of the podcast, they were talking about how it's a much better use case for money in places like Africa, when the exchange rates for currency are so high, and that's when Elon Musk said that it's much better than paper money. Let's see, where's the quote? It bypasses currency controls. Paper money is going away, and crypto is far better way to transfer value than pieces of paper. That's for sure. So he understands it, for sure. Last February, when he tweeted he owned 0.25 Bitcoin, and he said that his friend gave it to him. And outside of that, he doesn't own any cryptocurrency whatsoever. But yeah. So there's previous major industry players also argued that Bitcoin occupies a unique place to store value, or digital gold, like Mike Novogratz. So Mike Novogratz, he came from Goldman Sachs. He actually, I believe he had the largest crypto hedge fund. I think he has the most successful one to date. I believe he had the most money into crypto before the boom, and that's how he got there. But he's super pro. Also, the CEO of Twitter, also the CEO of Square, Jack Dorsey, who's well known for his conviction in Bitcoin. And he has also been quoted saying that it's going to be the native currency of the internet. He's also said that Bitcoin feels it's the one that wants to be the currency the most versus the others that are doing more general purpose things or distributed computing. I think the altcoin space has generated some really amazing ideas, but I'm focused on the currency and the transactional aspect. So, I don't know. So it's not bad news, it's not good news. Elon Musk did talk, pro about, what Bitcoin is doing when it comes to the problems that it's solving, but he did talk negatively on the energy aspect. That being said, we are, going through Lightning Network and, different things to change that. We're very new in this industry, and plus all the power. I'd be interested to see a power distribution of what Bitcoin does with power versus what Visa does with power, with all their servers and all the trucks and employees and buildings and everything they have to do to keep their network going. So, at any rate, I'm really excited about this space. I feel like if you were to compare this to the internet, the internet was actually written down and thought about and tried to get figured out in the 70s, and it was talked about even before that. And then the 80s is when they started building hardware together, and and the 90s was when they started releasing really all these websites, and people were calling the internet a sham, and it's only used for moving drugs and doing illegal stuff. And then late 90s took place, and then the boom happened, and everyone dropped a ton. Amazon went from over $112 to under $12, and now it's over 2,000 around there. But anyways, and then obviously ever since 2000 on, the internet has been accepted into daily life. So Bitcoin's 10 years old. So if you want to liken that to the internet, then we are in the 70s, late 70s or so. So maybe even 80s, beginning 80s or so. I don't know. But we haven't even hit that big boom yet. Now, again, I didn't say this already, but Bitcoin doesn't have to follow the internet when it comes to that, but with the way that Bitcoin is solving problems in the world and all the changes it can do if people adopt it, it has power to be bigger than the internet, I feel like. So at any rate, and many others feel that way too. But anyways, so I'm going to play the recording now, and I might have to take this off. I don't know if they tell me to. I don't know the rules of this. I don't want to break any. So if they tell me to take it down, I'm just going to take it down. But he speaks about it for about 2.5 minutes. But before I go move on, I just want to let everybody know that I do make these videos every single day. So if you're interested in this space, like and subscribing is not a bad idea. I'll just send the video now. I super appreciate everybody who's watching, and here's the video.
I have a little bit of a different question it's a little bit off topic, but it's in the news, or it's becoming more in the news. So it's about crypto assets, crypto,
Crypto, seriously?
Chris, seriously, very seriously. I think you and Jack Dorsey have chatted a bit recently about this, right?
Bitcoin and Ethereum scammers were so rampant on Twitter that I said to just join in. It's like... I said one point, want to buy some Bitcoin? And then my account got suspended because they obviously had some automatic rule that if you try to sell Bitcoin or something. But I was just joking.
Yeah. So my question is it's a little different from cryptocurrencies. Although given your history in the payments ecosystem, it would be very interesting to know if you agree with Jack and there is going to be one native cryptocurrency when it comes to the internet. He thinks it's Bitcoin.
It's interesting. I have some friends of mine that are really involved in crypto. I think the Bitcoin structure was quite brilliant. Yeah, it seems like there's some merit to Ethereum as well. And maybe some of the others. But, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that it would be a good use of Tesla resources to get involved in crypto. We're really just trying to accelerate the advent of sustainable energy. And I think actually one of the downsides of crypto is that computationally, it's quite energy intensive. So there had to be some kind of constraint on the creation of crypto. So, but it's very energy intensive to create the incremental Bitcoin at this point.
Yeah, but by the same time, there were $1.3 trillion worth of transactions in Bitcoin, and we don't see it here because it's not for pizza or Coke. It's business to business in Africa. Yeah, but we think it is business to business in Africa, where it is prohibitively expensive to convert from one nation's currency to another. You have to go through the dollar. I mean, it really is very important it's money over IP for them. It's free transmission of money. And that's really important to opening up the world. And,
it bypasses currency controls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. It's
well, and
paper money is going away.
Yes.
And crypto is a far better way to transfer value than pieces of paper. That's for sure.
Without a doubt.
That has its pros and cons.
Just to clarify, Tesla's not going to start selling Bitcoin anytime
No,
soon.
we're not.
Okay, you heard it here first, even though everyone thought that.
No.
So, well, we thank you so much for doing this. And thank you for just doing what you're doing to change the world and make it a better place.
Thanks.
That's what we're doing in terms of it. No, seriously.
I always think of Silicon Valley, that, comedy. Have you seen that show? It's pretty funny.
I'm sure I didn't. But,
it's like literally every company.
Sure, every time my company
did. Pretty often, yeah.
That's what people say.
Yeah, like literally every company.
Okay, well, but you're really doing it, and you're really doing
making the world a better place by social, mobile, crypto.
This is so different. This is so different. We totally agree with you.